Hi besties. So, wanted to FaceTime you really quickly. We've been running around all day. Like we've had meetings this morning, we had to run errands, we had to go to the store. Now the kids are doing some chores because tomorrow we're off to Palm Springs, just me and hubby. But it is literally almost 7 o'clock. And have I started dinner? No, but that's okay. It's Friday night. We're not stressing. We're not stressing. We're gonna pull it together. I'm gonna do some quick. I did like a pantry pull. I had some turkey sausage. I had some beans. We're gonna do some country beans. Some sausage, some bacon. And I was like, I'm not gonna film that. Everyone knows how to make beans. But hubby was like, that's what you're doing today. And I said, you know what? We're not stressing. You're right. You're right. So let's come on. First, we got some butter in the bottom of the pan, and I just chopped up a red onion. Why? Because we're out of sweet onions, but we're not stressing. I'm gonna use, this worked just as well. Weirdly, this was strong. I was in here in my feelings, like crying. I was like, whoa. So this is a strong red onion. We don't, strong. Tears, thug tears. I love a lot of flavor in my beans because I put them over rice, and I feel like, you want that punch of flavor over the rice, which is bland. It's just kind of like a vessel. So I'm going to add these hot, sweet jalapenos. I'm going to chop them up really finely. And after these saute down, I'm going to add this and some garlic. Onions have gotten a great head start, so we got some jalapenos and garlic. So these are going right in. Yum. So as I said, it's late and I'm just trying to get her done. Normally I would just do the bacon from scratch, but when in a pinch, I do have these real bacon crumbles from Kirkland. We use these on salad, we use these on soup. These are actual bacon pieces. This is a great thing to do, alternative. You know what? There's not that much left. I'm just gonna do the rest of those. So we're gonna let that go with the onions and everything and get that started to get the smoky flavor in there. Yes. So as you can see, this is all brown and just almost like a jam because the onions have caramelized, and what you want to do is you want to let that bacon get in there and let those flavors marry, because the bacon, again, it's not fresh, so you want to reconstitute it with and let it take on all those other flavors, because that is how you build flavor, and that is what we are about. Yes, flavor. Now I have chopped up the sausage. I always ask him, like, slices or dices? Hubby said dices, which of course is more work, but I love him. I love him, and I'm not stressing, so I did dices. So don't just throw, actually do what you want to do. This is turkey kielbasa. You can use turkey, you can use pork, you can use andouille, whatever you want. But I do turkey because it's a little bit lighter, and don't just throw it in there. Go in first and brown up that sausage. Again, brown is flavor. Brown it up first, because otherwise you're just kind of stewing it. I like to get it brown first. That's just me. Again, your kitchen, your rules, your life. This is nice and brown. For a little extra depth of flavor, I like to add just a little bit. This is concentrated tomato paste, and I do about maybe a teaspoon. It's not an exact science. Again, that's why I like cooking. Because it's just like, you can't really mess it up. Right. Baking, that's a different story. Baking is science, and I'm not a scientist. So these are nice and browned. There is so much flavor that's built up in here. So now I just have a large can of pinto beans, regular pinto beans, and I'm going to add with the juice, because we're trying to have juice. And then we go into seasoning. I'm gonna add a little bit of chicken bouillon. We're gonna add some garlic powder. That's like the must. If you hear that, that squirting, that is the kiddos doing chores. Like I said, chores are happening. A lot's happening. It's a household. Onion powder. Oh, did I say Tony Chachere's? Did I say that? If I didn't, Tony Chachere's, or slap your mama, whatever you like. A little saison total, if you don't know where that is, And then I also like to add, after I stir it in, I will add a little bit of water, honestly, just to, again, you want some juice, and you want it to be able to reduce down, because this is gonna simmer for about like 20-30 minutes. Oh, you could also do this part and then do the rest. Throw this all in your crock pot. I'm a big crock pot. I'm a big crock pot. Erase. Edit. I'm a big crock pot guy. I love my crock pot. I also love my Instapot. If you guys want recipes in those, let me know. So let me grab some water for this. So I actually just added the water to here because there is some leftover beans in there. But again, you want this to be a little bit, I don't want to say soupy, but you want there to be some pot liquor. If you never heard that expression, then we're not from the same place. Pot liquor is usually reserved for things like green or whatever. It just means the juice of whatever you're cooking. And oh, black pepper. What? Hello, besties. I can't forget my pepper. I like the beans spicy, but again, you know my family. We're a house divided. Some of us are spicy, some of us are not, and I already added in those sweet heat jalapenos, so I can't be crazy. I gotta be demure. I can't be all oochie scoochie like these other girls. I gotta really keep it, you know, light. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna put the top on, and I'm gonna let this simmer, and then I'm gonna make some rice. If you don't know how to make rice, you can tell there's a lot going on because I forgot my apron. I fixed it. Now if we're having beans, you gotta have cornbread. I was like, wait, am I out? But there was one box left. So I'm just gonna make this according to package instructions. It's just a third cup of milk, 1 egg, and the mix. I also add a little bit of butter and some honey because sweeter is always better, you know. In the essence of time, I am gonna make some cornbread muffins. These cook faster, the kids can just grab them, little greedy grubbins. I love them. And yeah, so you can just pour them in there. And these are silicone muffin tins that I actually just put on top of a sheet pan. And they are self-sustaining, they hold themselves, so it's super fast. So, little tip, if you will, you wanna do cornbread quickly. Besties, it is done. Let me show you. We have the beans. Oh my goodness, guys, these are spicy. They are so flavorful and amazing. We have our pot of rice, and then we have our amazing cornbread muffins. And I also made some honey butter. Alright, besties, everything is done. Thank you so much for joining me in the kitchen and keeping me company. I love you guys so much, and I love our FaceTimes together. I'm about to call the kids down because it is time to eat. Let me know, what did you have for dinner? What did you do for yourself today? I'm thinking of doing like some themed days. Like I have a friend who does them, and he does like Friendship Friday or like Thankful Thursday, and I'm like, I love that kind of like positive vibe. I'm gonna come up with something, but yeah, I love you guys, and don't forget, we're not stressing, and I'll see you in the next FaceTime. If you want to see this all plated up, next FaceTime.